Right then, welcome back to the channel, and we've got some more 1.9 PD content for you. This is a 2008 Fabia, so a little bit different to the normal Fabia PD content that we do. This has got a BSW engine. It's a 105, so very similar to the Mark V platform 1.9 engines, the BXE, the BLS. With this being quite a later iteration, they have made some changes to the bottom end. I think it's got some slightly bigger rods, some crank and possibly bearing upgrades. If you're aware of the BLS engine, they had quite a few rod problems. But that seems to be addressed with this slightly later 1.9. This is Tom, one of our tuners' track cars. So although it looks fairly standard, he does take this on track and absolutely abuse the death out of it. It's currently running 228 horsepower. It's been stuck at that for quite a while. Pretty simple mods to make that. We've got 130 injectors, an 1856 turbo on there, a single pass intercooler and the 150 head bolts. But what we're trying to achieve today is a little bit more power from what is quite a simple upgrade. And that is in the form of a race camshaft. So if you've emailed us previously for an upgrade path on a 1.9 engine, usually we only recommend a camshaft upgrade after about 260 horsepower, because that is mainly when the standard cams are kind of on the limit, and that's when it makes the biggest difference. Generally speaking, we probably see 15-20 horsepower from a race camshaft once you're at the 260 horsepower mark. However, we do get a lot of inquiries, so the camshafts in these and all the other 1.9 engines, it seems to be quite a common problem with them wearing the cam lobes, the lifters, they need replacing. So that is the question that we're going to be asking today. Is it worth, rather than just putting a standard camshaft in there as a replacement, to put an upgrade in there? I think the difference in the kits at today's price is about 175 quid plus VAT, so not a massive difference in the price, but is it actually going to make a difference? And that is what we're going to answer today. So let's have a look at what we're going to be fitting. So obviously, to upgrade the camshaft, you're going to need a replacement camshaft. So this is the Piper PD Master camshaft that we're going to be fitting in there. We've got the new blacktop lifters, bearings. Whilst the camshaft pulley is off there, it kind of makes sense if it's due, or if it hasn't been done for quite a while, to do the cam belt and water pump. We're also going to be doing a thermostat because he's been having problems with that. Obviously we've got replacement bolts, gaskets, tandem gaskets, all that jazz. Oil filter, again, because it's probably due. It's been hammered around track a few times since the last time we did that. So, without waffling on too much, let's get all this fitted and then we'll get it on the dyno, see if it makes a difference. So we've got the original camshaft out. Actually looks in pretty good condition. Try and put some clips of a TE5 we've had in recently where the cam lobes were like pretty badly worn. But yeah, overall not too bad. A little bit of scoring on some of the lobes. But a bit more of a concern, if we have a look at the top of the lifters, you can actually see where there's some wear on there. And then probably even more of a concern is the bearings, where you can actually see it's worn the coating down to the copper. So again, this is one of the reasons, although this wasn't really presenting many symptoms. Tom said every now and then he could potentially hear a bit of a popping sound. Although this is not causing much of a problem, this is one of the reasons why at some point the camshaft needs changing on these PD engines. So we'll try and go into a little bit more technical detail with the camshaft and how it works on these engines, because I'm sure most people that have got these will probably understand this, but not everybody. So basically you've got an exhaust and an inlet cam lobe. So you can basically see on here which of the lobes lead to the inlet manifold. So you've got exhaust, inlet, exhaust, inlet, inlet, exhaust, inlet, exhaust. So as the cam's turning, like this, obviously these lobes pushing down on the lifters, which obviously opens your valves. What we're doing by putting a race camshaft in there is changing the lift of the lobe, so that's pushing the valve down more, and then you can also change the duration of the lobe, which obviously opens the valve for longer. Something a little bit more unique to the PD engines is the PD lobe, so that's the lobe in the middle, and that's actually for your injectors. So as this lobe rotates, that then moves your rockers up and down, which then controls the injectors. So that's what's opening and closing your injectors. Obviously one side, the whole camshaft assembly is rotated by the cam belt, and then that's also running the tandem pump on this side, which obviously is your fuel. It's basically a fuel pump. So hopefully that's quite a simplified version of how the camshaft works. There's probably a lot better explanation videos out there for that, but hopefully that gives a few of you a little bit more of an insight anyway. So it's time to get the old bearings out, the old lifters out, get the new ones in, get the new camshaft in, get this on the dyno. So we've finally got the camshaft fitted on Tom's Fabia. It's on the dyno. We're looking for an improvement on 228 horsepower. That's the power figure that Tom said he was consistently doing before. Driving it round on the road, he seems to think there's already a noticeable difference in turbo spool, but whether that equates to more power on the dyno, we'll soon find out. So let's get it strapped on. We'll run it up as it is. We'll have a play about with the timing, and then if required, we'll do some tweaks to the tuning as well. So the results are in, and as expected, we have seen a small increase in power. It's flattened the graph out pretty nicely as well. So you'll probably notice on quite a lot of PDs, 1.9 PDs, you get this, what we call a PD dip. That's basically from the rotation of the camshaft. It can retard and advance slightly through the rev range, which is why you see this dip. That's gone. Obviously, at the top end, you've seen a little bit more, always to the red line. Before, again, it was doing consistent 228. Now it's doing
233.
We've lost a tiny little bit of torque right at the top end, but other than that, anything from 28, which is probably when you're going to be using it the most, obviously there's an improvement, again, all the way to the red line. So as mentioned, this is kind of what we expected. We weren't expecting a massive increase, say 15, 20 horsepower that you'd normally get from a race cam if you had, say, a GTB turbo, ported head, bigger injectors. This experiment was basically to see if you've currently got a worn cam, you need to replace it. Is it worth spending that little bit extra to put the race cam in there as opposed to just a stock replacement? And I think for the difference in price between the stock one and the race one, the gains that you get, I think the answer is yeah, it probably is worth doing, especially if you do want that extra little bit of power. So hopefully that's answered a few questions for you. Hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.